So there we go, another day, another try. As you can see, my sigil powder is pretty low. I was able to get a Morgan's Works 99. I don't think we are able to beat that today, but we're gonna start with a 50 Morgan's Works. After that we have a Champion's Demise, trying to get more Nightmare Sigils. And eventually more sigil powder, so that we are maybe able to get a high-end dungeon. Morgan's Works is pretty hard in terms of the end boss. Defeating those will be maybe a little bit crazy, but we can get a sigil out of this, maybe a level 100 sigil. But to start things off, we start the lower sigils at the moment. Like I said, it's a pretty hard key, not gonna lie. I tried this once. I got relatively far on a 97, I think it was. And I basically lost against the jailer. I'm calling him the jailer because he looked like the jailer. Basically, after you release all these people here, there's a mini boss spawning, and I wasn't able the last time to defeat him. He actually one-shotted me multiple times, which was kind of a bummer, but yeah. Let's see how far we get this time. It was also down here at the corner. There he is.
Not ready yet.
Of course, this is level 50, so it's easy for us. Literally no problem.
Ready yet. I need time to do that. Not ready yet.
Shit, he died. This is not a key you kind of want to go for. To be honest. I could see me doing Cathedral on a high end. Because the first part's pretty easy, but the rest is pretty annoying. Oh, nice. Again, back with the lags. I see it's working pretty well.
I've got sharp, blunt, sinister. Yeah, give it over. I'll shake on that.
I have enough of those powers, so I ignore it. Let's see what we can get out of Jimbin's demise. Hopefully something good. To get more sigil power. To being able to build new, better keys, maybe a 100. That would be absolutely insane. A 100 key that's actually valuable to run.
I must wait.
Good start today. This is not on my end, this is already the PlayStation problem. PlayStation Network problem. If this happens in a high-end key, you're basically fucked. You can give up immediately. Usually in German Surmise you have multiple drops of keys. But it seems like today is not the day. You're just shame walking there.
I need time to do this. I must wait.
Zenith was good. To be honest, have spiders a higher chance to drop keys? Because I feel like this is a thing. Because the most keys I have gotten so far are either from here, and I think from spider enemies, and from blind burrows, which is filled with spider enemies.
Ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Two keys so far. I think we won't get another one in here. Yeah, it takes ages until it loads to shop.
Bags are full.
Oh shit, yeah.
I thank you.
That's an enchant.
Decent value. This I can sell. Decent value.
Oh,
Thank you.
at least a legendary power. That's something. And I think we immediately apply it to our pants. Because ours is 911. And this is 1225.
Stay on the path.
It's pretty good. Not gonna lie. So we got Zenith, we got Serpent Slayer, and we are not gonna go this one. We're gonna go Zenith first. Zenith is pretty good. Serpent Layer is more so, meh, it's okay, but it's not great. Yeah, we first gonna farm a little bit sigil powder and sigils and stuff like that to... I hope we get some, because running sigils versus crushing them is actually good question. Because I'm literally out of sigils and sigil powder. These are my only sigils I have. I don't have hidden any auto sigils. And I feel like the sigil creation in this game is lacking like hell. So sigil powder and sigil creation is kinda an issue, for me at least. It's not the first time that I'm completely out of sigil powder and sigils too. I had it even worse once. Did we get 79? I can't really tell.
We can't do it alone.
ready yet.
$31, yeah. So if we do events, we get a high chance to get Citral Powder in the dungeon. It's not much, to be honest. 31 is not really much. If you think that you have to pay 450 for 91 to 100 Citral, 31 is a fucking joke. Yeah. Let's go into the backtracking. Yeah, Zenith kinda... You are able to do this. I'm pretty sure you could do Zenith Nightmare. The boss is actually playing right into it. It just depends on how this is going to be and how these bosses are going to be. Because they basically you got a vampiric there, and on level 100 vampiric is sometimes a little bit harsh to do. It does not have a suppressor, which is good. And it's always a thing about shrines, buffs, and shit like that. So what kind of shrines are you able to find and whatever not? I seriously think spiders have have an extended drop chance for sigils. Or a higher drop chance. Yeah, and these pods here are also a big thing. The dungeon is pretty big, which makes it harder to get through. And then you have these crossbows, which are incredibly annoying. Yeah, why not? I just pressed into this direction. Yeah, it's a pretty big dungeon, not gonna lie. The start is relatively short. You think, yeah, wow, okay, cool. Easy peasy. But then you realize how big the map down here is and how many enemies there are. And then you have also 3 elites around here, which could be extremely annoying for the end game. I mean, for level 100 Nightmare. It could be extremely hard to deal with this. Especially with all the shit on the way. They're spread up in smaller groups, which is good. I know we don't love more density in level 100 Nightmare dungeons. Because it's hard enough. So if someone is claiming on Twitter or in the forum, we need more density, think about going high value Nightmare dungeon. The density, the higher the density is, the harder it gets. Because you aren't able to get through this anymore. Because a small group of enemies is crushing you relatively hard, but if you get a larger group, you're gonna be fucked as hell, I can tell you. I had situations where I pulled a lot of enemies. Yeah, we got all 3. Where I pulled a lot of enemies together in a higher Nightmare dungeon, and this completely destroyed me. Believe me, this completely destroyed me. And if you have some bigger enemies in there, there's literally no chance that you survive that on higher content. But if you only run the smallest content possible, if you only run 50, 40 Nightmare dungeons, yeah, the density sucks, of course, but there's no challenge. Run higher and then you will get the challenge, and then I will see how you tell people again that you wanted to have more density with all these stupid mobs and their abilities. Because if you get the suppressor in there, you're dead. There's no chance you can defeat this anymore, because it gets harder to focus target the big mob in there, which has basically the suppressor ability, and everything else around him is just taking so few damage, or has more health, or whatever whatever there happens. It's kind of buggy. It's kind of not okay how it works at the moment. But they actually don't talk about this in any kind of way. So there are no replies on any given moment I know of about this issue. It's like they are ignoring it. And that's no fun. To be honest, that's literally no fun. To pick up the bloodstone again. Yeah, and in a dungeon like this, which is a huge dungeon, I mean, look at the map. Freaking hell. This is small, the first part, but the second part is freaking big. Not gonna lie. Wait, what? Okay. Yeah, right way. And then you have to fight against respawns and all these shitty things. And at level 100, some of these enemies are gonna one-shot you. I can tell you, these bows, if you can get to them and if you don't get your fortify up fast enough, on level 100 they one-shot you. It's basically a one-shot. There's no way you survive that. Groups like this are okay. You can handle them. The first couple of initial damage things before you get your fortify up and running is okay. It helps you have multiple things to survive, but fortify is one of the biggest things. Yeah, and I can tell you that surviving this shit is not gonna be easy. And I have extreme amounts of damage negation. I got one shot. Obviously, most of the damage negation is coming from sources like bleeding enemies and shit like this.
Not ready yet.
Now we got at least one key out of it. Am I not able to run through my inventory? Ferrostan 52. I think this is something we can do. I mean, we obviously able to do that, but I don't know, at a specific point I think you get way too few keys, and pushing does not really work. I mean, how is it determined how high you get the key, the next key? It's always one higher than your current key. Always one. So are you gonna play 15 nightmare dungeons just because you... Yeah, you wanted to get up to 50, to 100? That's insane. Not gonna lie, that's absolutely insane. Also, if you find keys in chests or something in these dungeons, they are most likely also just one higher. The fuck is this shame walking? But we have spiders. And like I said, I got a feeling that spiders are gonna drop nightmare keys. I don't know if I would want to do a Ferrostan 100, to be honest. Morewood. We got a Morewood. That's at least one key. Would be nice to get 2 or 3 out of this. Okay.
Not ready yet.
Barrel stand is pretty hard on 100. Especially you have most keys, which are the hardest, are the ones with big enemies, big and slow enemies. They hit slow, but they hit hard. So, and when they hit hard, they might even one-shot you. And that's just the oof factor at this point. Yeah, and trees are one of those. And if you have some modifiers like 30% damage of your enemies is contributed as poison, you're dying. You're dying in there. You're not gonna be able to survive that, I can tell you. Unless you have an extreme extended amount of poison resistance. Which I don't think that it does anything to you or for you. As far as I've heard, resistances are not that great. They are there and they will help you a little bit, but it still feels like they do nothing. Maybe we get at the end from the boss. I mean, I think it could be possible to go Feral Stun. No, it wouldn't be. Because this boss does a lot of passive damage. Which is unfortunately bad on level 100 because he most likely does not hit you straight up in your face. So this would be one of the most horrible situations with this build. Maybe other characters, Open Ruin is also good. Well, we got 2 keys out of it. Moldwood 52 and Open Wound 52. And this was a 52. So, how are you able to push? How in the fucking world are you able to push? This was a 52 key we just ran. How are you able to push for higher keys? It's literally impossible.
There is steel. For when worms fail. Well struck.
So you are only able to run trillions of keys, basically, to improve on the amount of keys you have, which is not always happening because, like you've seen, the amount of keys we got out of these dungeons is rather low, extremely low, to be honest.
This will do nicely.
How much was it? I haven't even seen it.
For any engagement.
1.2 is really low. So, and in terms of sigil powder, we have 109. We started out with, what, 50-ish or something? So we are at 109. This is seriously nothing. So, and the amount of sigils we have to destroy, that's 300 roundabout. I would say 100 per sigil. These are the sigils we are not gonna go. So yeah, roundabout 300. So now we're at 425. That's not even level 100 Nightmare Sigil option. We are still talking about an option. So Earthen Wound 52. I don't think Earthen Wound is dropping any keys at all. I catch the feeling that this dungeon is just undroppable. It's also one of the most annoying dungeons because of ghosts, but at the end, after you did the first objective, the dungeon gets extremely easy. I feel like Earthen Wound, the first part, is the most annoying part of this dungeon. This is where you start skipping shit like hell. This is not me. Because somehow ghosts do not get much damage from your thorns. Like, look at how long the Banshee stays alive. Okay, that was a pretty bad example. But it feels like, it does not feel like it. It is also a thing. They get less damage from your shit compared to other enemies.
Please, take it.
A ghost.
Let it.
I tried this with Launching Strike, and the numbers were unfortunately really crazy. My Launching Strike dealt way much more damage against these what are they called? Cannibals. They are cannibals. Oh, we needed to kill fast. I didn't realize that. We didn't get the mastery.
No. Please.
Still a 26 Citra powder. I think mastery is not really a big difference. We get it. Yeah, I dealt damage against the ghost with Launching Strike, and the damage was way lower compared to... Wow, why is there nothing going on in here? Around here. The damage was way lower compared to... compared to a ghost. A cannibal. So... that means a ghost has way much more armor compared to a cannibal? Or what? I mean, I don't understand that. This is my problem. I'm not able to understand the theory behind this. Because it feels so freaking wrong that you deal more damage against an enemy with a huge armor compared to a ghost which literally does not have any armor. And look at how often these ghosts hit me with their shit. And not gonna die to my thorns damage compared to these cannibals. These cannibals, they die instantly. But these banshees, they hit me multiple times with their shots and they don't get enough damage. Even the boss is down. I mean, everything is down besides this ghost. Yes, he has a buff. But that was shit. That was really shit. Okay, where's the ghost with these? Oh, the ghost. You know, this is basically the biggest fuck up group you can get. Only ghosts. Only ghosts around. You have 2 of these banshees, which take an absurd amount of damage to die, basically. And then you have these suppressors around you. And now imagine this on level 100 Nightmare Dungeon. You know? They never die. They never... You won't get them down. I mean, it will take ages. But they destroy you before you are able to kill them.
Not ready yet.
And that's a huge problem on higher end dungeons. I mean, look at this. Everything dies. Everything dies by just hitting me. Besides the fucking ghost there. The fucking banshee. I mean, if I drag it into the AoE cloud, of course it dies. From the AoE, but just by hitting me, it just didn't die. So something is wrong with this. I don't know. It does not really add up. As long as there are no chests, I don't really give a shit. Another Zenith. Oh, that loaded relatively fast. Also, I mean, what I don't understand is that the AI in Diablo 3 was actually relatively good. But the AI in here feels most likely extremely stupid. Back in the day, I had a friend over, and he watched for the first time me playing Diablo 3. And his argument was that the AI is extremely good. He was really shocked about the AI, how it worked and how it performed. And he was right. The AI is pretty good, not gonna lie. But here in this game, somehow it feels like the AI is sometimes extremely stupid. You attack some elites, and they're just playing merry-go-round for half an eternity, and sometimes they are just shame walking around you and don't even attack you for literally 30 seconds or even more. Serpent Slayer, good.
I'm not ready yet.
So in this creeping around or merry-go-round or just hanging there and not attacking, this is really bad. This is a really bad behavior. Or you attack them and they immediately use their teleport ability into nothingness. Like, it wasn't really necessary to do that.
Ready
And sometimes they are pretty sneaky too. Before you are able to see them over your screen, basically, they teleport into you and one-shot you. So that you aren't able to react. And this makes the game a little bit ungenetic. Because if the game, I mean, if the game is hard, that's one thing. But if the game is so hard that you get one shot from something you can't really do anything against it, the game gets shit. Got actually a couple of keys out of here. So there's Zenith. Zenith is good. And we got 53, so we pushed it. But at the end, we got only a 52 Crusaders Cathedral. So this is what I meant. These keys are sometimes even lower than the keys you are currently running. You know, you get out of these dungeons. This is kind of a real big bumper. Yeah, let's go sell. And this is what I'm talking about. I mean, the last key I got at the end of the dungeon, in my opinion, there should always be a key, and this key should always be higher than the key you're currently in. So, but what happened now was that I got a key at the end of the dungeon, which is not common. So not every dungeon rewards you with a key at the end. That's the first thing that I think is completely wrong.
That's a deal.
And on top of it, it is a key that's in the same value like the dungeon I am in. So this is really bad. This is really, really, really bad. Not gonna lie. The strength all stats vulnerable damage to injured, and this one has damage to close. But this one has damage to close, strength, damage by berserking, and damage over time. It needs... No, it's wrong. The X is not good. Yeah, and this is what I feel like is a little bit wrong about the game with Nightmare Sigils in my experience, because the game should reward you at the end of a Nightmare Dungeon with a Nightmare Dungeon key that's higher than you are currently in. It's a little bit a bumper that you get the same strength or even lower. You need to get higher. This is Nightmare Dungeon pushing, so it makes no sense that it doesn't give you keys that are going higher. So I'm gonna take a 5-minute break and then I will be back. So the game actually disconnected while I was smoking. Yeah, we're gonna do center. So I don't think we will be able to beat Morgan's works. I think they will crush us. And I think that's a big issue we face off. Because we have a 99 key and that's actually good. But we might be able to get a key out of the 99. This is why I kept it. They heal themselves up.
I need more time.
If they do this stupid dance, this heals them. Which is absolutely ridiculous, especially on high-end content. It's completely out of the world stupid.
Not ready yet.
Anything you can do is get away or interrupt them in some sort of way. He's frozen enemies, that's so cool. I everything has suppressor here, right? That's what I can see. They are so slow. Haven't found a sigil yet, which is pretty annoying.
Let's wait. Not ready yet. Not ready yet. Not ready yet.
I don't even know what this grave does this. What the fuck? Yeah, as long as we don't get an event or something, we most likely do not get any sigils.
Not ready yet.
The thing is, as long as you are standing outside the bubble, they do not get any damage from your thorns, even if they attack you. Perfect. Yeah, they don't get any thorns damage, even when you're
Purge this evil. But now,
getting hit by them.
can't leave my friends here. Not like this. We can't do it alone. Anyone else forgets this time?
I must wait. Not ready yet.
Here. Something for your trouble. You deserve this. Never seen anyone fight like you.
Also just 23 sigil power, so it's not that I'm saying it's worthless.
Bags are full.
But it is not really worth either. Yeah, we should go back and sell. It's pretty terrible what you get out of there. So it's not much. It's actually kind of extremely low.
Father keeps.
Well struck. Fair trade. Anything else?
Hmm. It's really unbelievable how these roll. $485.
Until spring.
If you get it once, you don't need to try again.
Precious stones.
Seriously.
Light. Come and see.
Oh wow, we need one Forgotten Soul. I mean, we could get one. Let's just have a look. It gives me 1,000 life. It says 122 more life. That's a lie. Oh, I know. It gives me 700. Okay, it's not fully upgraded. It's still 122 life. Less vulnerable, really less vulnerable. But we get one more upgrade. That will go a little bit down. Damage by Berserking is on it, which we didn't have before, and we get a little bit more damage against close, which is really good. Damage against injured is just the last stand, I would say. This can go... I think this can go. This can go. This can go. Just to get a Forgotten Soul. I don't want to do Hell Tides anymore, to be honest.
Father bless. What do you need?
Because I think that this ring, just because it has more berserking damage compared to our other ring, we currently have equipped. Yeah, it's 6% less vulnerable, That's not really an issue, but it has 175 more health. That's a little bit more damage, not much. But we get 3.8 more close and 21% berserking damage. That's a lot. Unfortunately, we do not have a high enchant for this. We have... If we even have an enchant for this. As far as I know, it's a utility... resource utility thing. Child skills. We got this one with 16. And that's about it. Not great, because the other one has 28. 25-ish would be okay. But 16? I don't like it. But damage versus injured is just bad compared. And it also has poison resistance. We should have a huge poison resistance by now. I don't care much about the 6% vulnerable, to be honest. Because we have so much vulnerable damage that this makes not really up for it. So at the moment we are talking about 384, yeah. It'd be 390, I don't care. Versus close 228, that's really good. Injured 168 is still way too much. And berserking 258, oh yeah, that was literally a great push there. Where's the poison? 46%? I would have thought it is more than this. I would have expected more. Yeah, these values didn't change at all. Since we have first of all, we have Aures on this, 26%. Then poison on this, 35, and poison on this, 35. So that's 70. Wow, they scale horribly bad. If we just have 46% poison resistance, they scale like shit. And we get a little bit more health. 22-3. This little bit more health is increased by our percentage health, and our percentage health pushes